On this edition of The Grill, House Committee on Reformatory Institutions pay fines for 75 inmates. The Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State approves the release of 44 inmates in the state. And on sports, UNODC donates sporting kits to NCOS. Good day and welcome to the Grill News Bulletin on the Nigerian Correctional Service online television. I am Fidelis Stephen Dalio.
Hello, thanks for joining us. I am Assistant Superintendent of Corrections, Taiwo Mowunu. Stay tuned.
The Nigerian Correctional Service is a government institution saddled with the responsibility of providing public safety through taking into safe and humane custody all persons legally interned by court of competent jurisdiction for the purpose of reformation, rehabilitation, and also administer non-custodial measures and further facilitate their social reintegration back to the society. The service is positioned to provide public safety and deterrence in a manner that promotes national peace and prosperity. Stop attack of custodial center as it is a critical national security asset. Stop the stigmatization of ex-offenders. Anytime you stereotype them, you are indirectly sending them back to crime. Support the effort of Nigerian Correctional Service to reform, rehabilitate, and reintegrate ex-offenders back to the society.
Welcome back. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has called for citizen volunteerism and individualistic approach to social security restructuring in the country. The police board made this call at the Force headquarters while reflecting and appraising the effectiveness of the well-coordinated operations placed for the release of the 20 medical students who were kidnapped in Benue State. He also emphasizes the importance of collaboration among all stakeholders to realize the vision of a new Nigerian known for national security and good governance. The Inspector General of Police therefore reaffirms the dedication of the police under his leadership and assures the public of the safe rescue of all Nigerians in captivity across the country.
As part of efforts to decongest correctional facilities, the Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State, Honorable Justice Ekaite Fabian Obot, has approved the release of 44 inmates from various correctional facilities in the state. According to the report filed in by the Command Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections Richard Metong, this came when Justice Obot painstakingly reviewed the cases of awaiting trial inmates in Ikotabasi, Eket, Ikotekpede, and Uyo custodial centers in the command. Obot also applauded staff of the Nigerian Correctional Service for their diligence in implementation of the mandates of safe, secured, and humane custody of inmates. She also pleaded with relevant authorities and stakeholders to continue working towards speedy dispensation of justice. Meanwhile, the Controller of Corrections, Akwa Ibom State Command, Julius Ezugu, in his vote of thanks, appreciated the Chief Judge for taking pains to inspect and review deserving cases. He went further to appreciate her and the administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee, ACJMC, for their efforts in ensuring the decongestion of custodial facilities in the state.
Members of the House Committee on Reformatory Institutions have joined in the campaign for the congestion of custodial facilities. The Public Relations Officer of Ebonyi State Command, Superintendent of Correction, Nneka Iyase, reported that the committee led by its chairman, Right Honorable Chinedu Oga, paid the fines for 75 inmates while on oversight duty in Ebonyi State. While on touring the command, the committee members visited the Medium Security Custodial Center at Fikpo, where they inspected the ongoing renovations. They were also at the Medium Security Custodial Center at Bakaliki, where they were inspecting the ongoing renovation at the female wing. The project at the new Abakaliki Custodial Center by the state government was also visited and inspected. The Controller of Corrections Ebonyi State Command, Vera Elizabeth Ogode, appreciated the team for the impact their visit had on the command.
And still on decongestion of correctional facilities, the Controller of Corrections Zamfara State Command, Umar Galadima, has developed strategies to address the problem of decongestion in the command. This was made known when he paid a courtesy visit to his counterpart in the National Drug Law and Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) Zamfara State Command, Commander Matthew Awoleye Aderiran, in his office in Gusau. The Command Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections Mustafa Abubakar, reported that the visit was to brainstorm on how to ensure efficient administration of criminal justice in the state. The officer in charge of Medium Security Custodial Center Gusau, Deputy Controller of Corrections Abdurrashid Sule, who accompanied the controller, said the number of drug offenders is on the increase, stressing that the non-arraignment of suspects by the NDLEA is responsible for congestions. In his response, the NDLEA boss attributed the delayed prosecution of drug offenses to the fact that, by law, state magistrates' courts only remand suspects, but the Federal High Court has the jurisdiction for the trial of drug-related offenses. He said they have done their part in filing most of the cases in the appropriate courts in the state, hence their responsibility to do the needful. The two security heads agreed to meet with High Court judges to address the need for speedy trial of pending cases. You are watching the Grill News Bulletin on the Nigerian Correctional Service online television. Still to come is an interview with the spokesperson of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Assistant Controller of Corrections, Umar Abubakar. He will be discussing on the significance of the name change of the service and how the staff and inmates fare on the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. Please don't go away.
Good day, viewers. I am Superintendent of Corrections, Portia Stephanie Aji, the Public Relations Officer, Correctional Service Training School, Kaduna. I am on Nigerian Correctional Service online television. To get our link, simply type Nigerian Correctional Service on YouTube for all our videos. Don't forget, always subscribe, like, and share all our social media channels showing on your screen.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Grill News Bulletin on Nigerian Correctional Service online television. On the interview segment, we have the Public Relations Officer of the service in the studio, the very quintessential Assistant Controller of Corrections, Umar Abubakar. Welcome to the Nigerian Correctional Service online.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. The Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019 changed the service name from Nigerian Prisons to Nigerian Correctional Service. What is the significance of the name change, sir?
The name change brought a lot of reform and transformation, which is a far departure from what it used to be. The name change has actually brought a transformation and structural change in terms of issue of reforming and rehabilitation of inmates, including management structure change. For example, in the management structure, we used to have 6 directorates in the past, but now we have 2 additional directorate added, talking about training and staff development and non-custodial sentences, because it's not every offense committed that should end up in the custodial sentencing. We have today a mechanism where those who are engaged in petty theft are given community sentencing, parole, and other forms of non-custodial. Furthermore, we have a new model to reformation and transformation in our custodial centers. That's where inmates are put through our education therapy, where they are given the privilege of going through their educational pursuit, even while in our custody. We also have where inmates are involved in the skills acquisition, including building technology. We have what we call dynamic security in our structure today. Dynamic security is a management concept that builds trust between the inmate and officer saddled with the responsibility of care. So much has happened since the name in change from Nigeria Prison Service to Nigeria Correctional Service.
Yes, and embedded in the renewed hope agenda of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, is to ensure the welfare of staff and inmates. How would you say this has actually been achieved with specific direction to the inmates?
The coming of the current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has actually put a smile on both the staff and the inmate. Maybe let's start with the issue of inmate. Don't forget that few months into this administration, the Honorable Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubimi Tunji-Ojo, along with his friends, put together a huge sum of over 500 million naira to pay fines and compensation of inmates who couldn't afford the fines. We are talking about 4,063 inmates that gained freedom because of such huge payment. Aside that, the issue of inmate training has actually improved in this current administration, where inmates are actually engaged meaningfully to help themselves for ease of their reintegration back to the society. Today we have a lot of inmates who are actually doing their educational program in custody. We have over 1,000 as at August 31st, 2024. We have over 1,000 inmates who are going through their degree program in our various custodial centers, and we have about over 1,000 also who are doing their postgraduate program in our custodial centers. Talking about issue of staff, of course, it is not a hidden fact that there is a significant improvement in our emolument, which is to show that the current government cares. And don't forget, the Honorable Minister has given directive to all security agencies under his administration. They must key in into what I would refer to effective and innovative approach towards achieving their mandate. And I'm sure you are aware that the Nigeria Correctional Service, through the leadership of our Controller General, talking about Haliru Nababa, has since keyed in, because today we have seen a lot of innovation, a lot of care given to our staff. During the last petrol increase, he has provided buses that helps to reduce the issue of transportation for teaming staff who are coming from far designation across Abuja. He has provided over 10 buses that help staff from their places, from their homes to office, and when they close, the same bus take them home. This is all an effort to ensure that the officers are motivated for effective service delivery. And don't also forget, unlike in the past where when you sit for your promotion examination until the next year before the promotion comes out. Since the coming of this administration, over 10,000 staff have been promoted, and just recently some staff that are due and qualified for the next phase of their promotion just sat for their examination, and we're expecting the result to be out this month. So much is ongoing to ensure that not only staff are cared for, but including inmates. Just recently, the leadership of Nigeria Correctional Service gave out drugs and other medical equipment to most custodial centers. Just recently also, our Controller General gave out tools for those inmates who are finished their jail sentence, so that will help to reintegrate them, because those who have learned some skills acquisition, they need help so that by the time they go back to the society, they don't start struggling for the working tools that will help them reintegrate. So much is happening within Nigeria Correctional Service that actually has given us so much joy to do our work effectively.
I really want to thank you for coming and for your submissions on this segment of the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. We now continue with other stories.
The Controller of Corrections, Edo State Command, Philomena Hemiyoonola, has attributed the peace in Edo State to the synergy among the various security agencies in the state. Hemiyoonola stated this in her office at the state headquarters in Benin City when the newly posted Edo State Commissioner of Police, Neme Edwin Iwo, paid her a courtesy visit. She cited the last nationwide protest with the security agency collaborated to ensure did not get out of control, stressing that the command will continue to synergize with the police force and other sister security agencies to keep the state safe and tranquil. The command public relations officer, Superintendent of Corrections Aminu Suleiman, reported that the commissioner had earlier said he is ready to strengthen the already existing synergy in service to the nation and the Edo people. The commissioner also assured the controller that as the lead agency in security management, they cannot do it alone, but is ready to work with the service to ensure custodial centers and other national assets. He also inspected the guard of honor mounted by the Correctional Armed Squad personnel of the command.
And now on sports. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, has donated some sporting kits and items to the Nigerian Correctional Service to promote sporting activities among staff and inmates. The items include 50 balls, 200 cones, 24 soccer jerseys, 4 first aid kits, and 3 trophies. The Assistant Controller General of Corrections, Public Health, Mohammed Gombe, who received the items on behalf of the Controller General of Corrections, Saliru Nababa, applauded the members of the UNODC and promised the service will make good use of the kits.
Still in sports, the Sport Office of the Nigerian Correctional Service Chief Superintendent of Corrections, Silvanus Yakubu, has expressed optimism that the Nigerian Correctional Service team will give a good account of themselves in the ongoing 2024 National Volleyball Premier League Phase 1 in Abuja. The sport officer issued the statement in his office at the Service National Headquarters in Abuja. He said, owing to the quality of players and the level of preparation for the outing, the team will do well. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Correctional Service team has won the first match 3-1 against the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps team. The tournament, which started on 26 August, is expected to end on 9th of September 2024.
And that will be all on this edition of the Grill News Bulletin as compiled and written by Deputy Superintendent of Corrections, Frank Awa. Keep it with us next week for more updates. I am Fidelis Stephen Daliop saying goodbye.
Please subscribe, like, and share our social media channels showing on your screen. I am Assistant Superintendent of Corrections, Taiwo Monu, saying thank you for your time.